So I have plans to do the AWS certification.
Yeah.
So all my labs and almost all from last 2 to 3 batches, rather than I pick up the operating systems, okay, from my local machine, I started using the AWS because anyway I have subscribed and I need to do the practice. So what I thought that is that I'll just pick it up from here itself.
Our office environment now, most of the thing is, 20% is on AWS, and so we log into these consoles in terms of business purpose.
Oh, we got only 20%. Nowadays
Yes,
market is that everyone wants to be in the cloud.
remaining ones are
Most
from
high.
EMC Square and EMC Square, remaining everything other than this.
EMC Square.
Yes, I mean EMC products are there, right?
But is
Cloud
that
storage.
that efficient? I'm not sure if the market is that good for the EMC. I've seen most of the companies preferring the AWS or
Yes,
Azure when compared to the others.
yes, but they want being in healthcare, they want the physical devices in their data centers.
Oh, okay, okay. That makes sense. That really makes sense.
Because healthcare data should not be transferred to other locations as per the US government policy, so they made it like that.
No, that really makes sense. Okay, so let me log in. I got my PPK file. So just a quick recap of what we have discussed yesterday. Yesterday
Yeah.
we were introducing ourselves to the term JBoss server. What exactly is meant by JBoss? Okay, what is the purpose of the application server? A quick overview or difference between the web server and application server. Then what we did is that after getting acquaintance with what exactly is meant by the term application server, web server, and difference between them, we quickly introduce ourselves with the different ways of doing the installation depending upon the type of software we get it and depending upon the operating system we have got.
Yes.
Clear? Any questions still there?
No, clear.
Cool. So as I said, I'll be sharing you the software post the session is done. Okay. I'm really sorry. I think Satish also joined us. Okay. I'm really sorry that I couldn't share it to you yesterday, but today I'll be done. Okay. And let me pause my screen so that I can copy the software from my local machine to here.
One minute, I'm putting in mute. If any doubt, I'll type on IM because I'm in office actually. So
No problem. No
I'm
problem.
taking class
That
from office. Okay.
no problem. That makes sense.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Satish, just for information, we just kicked off our session trying to do a quick recap of what we have did in the yesterday's session. And today, the focus is to do the lab on the installation, okay, understanding what are the prerequisites that are needed to do the installation and a lab of the installation. Yesterday, we discussed that we have got 5 different ways of doing the installation. I can just unzip the software, I can use an minstall, or I can use a javaspace -jar, okay, or I can use a GUI mode of installation. Like that, we discussed about couple of modes of installation, which I can do it yesterday. So today what we'll try to do is that today we'll try to do the lab on the JBoss application server installation. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So I hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, and assuming that your people are having a basic acquaintance with the Unix operating system, I'm not talking much about that one. Okay, yep. So coming back to my session, so this is the location where I have my software. Okay, it doesn't have a read permissions, execute permissions. So let me give an execute permissions. So the software which I got it is a jar file. Clear? Yesterday, if you remember, we said that, okay, we can do the installation simply by unzipping the software. If you got a software, okay, which is in a zip format, okay, simply unzipping that one also will allow you to do the installation of your JBoss application server. Or else, let's say that, okay, you got your JBoss application server inside the operating system, then what you can do is that you can say yum install JBoss 6-y. Okay, this is the way also where you can start doing the installation. Okay, I don't want to do the installation using a yum update or yum installer, so I forced to stop it. That's another way. The third way is that in case if my operating system supports the GUI capability, then I can just simply double click on this. For example, okay, if you see here, since my Windows-based operating system supports the GUI capability, okay, the moment I double click this particular installer, a beautiful color screen will come for me, welcoming me to the installation of the JBoss application server. Okay, this is the third way. The fourth way is nothing but command line installation, where I have my operating system which either doesn't support the GUI capability or I don't want to use the GUI capability. In either of these scenarios, okay, I can use the command line installation. 99% of the time, the command line installation is by default meant for the Unix flavored operating system. Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Perfect. So this is about the recap of what we have discussed yesterday. But to do any JBoss application server, okay, whatever the 5 process we followed, and whenever we want to do the installation of JBoss application server, there is a prerequisite. The prerequisite is that you need to have the Java underscore home set. Okay, the prerequisite, either any of the 5 process or the 5s we have got, okay, which are discussed related to the installation, the prerequisite for you to do the installation using any of those 5 steps is that you need to ensure that the Java is defined and is available as an environmental variable. If you see, in case of my Windows based operating system, okay, I'm having the Java available, and this is not just a JRE. This is a JDK I have got. Sorry, which will not work here. Okay, so this is the location where I have my JDK available. Similarly, if you are trying to have it on if you are trying to do the installation on a Unix flavored environment, please ensure that you have a JDK configured, installed, and defined as a Java underscore home in an environmental variable. Guys, am I clear? We are trying to talk about the installation. So we theoretically discussed about 5 different ways of doing the installation. Now, if you want to do the lab of the installation of the JBoss application server, there is a prerequisite. What is the prerequisite? The Java should be available as an environmental variable. When I'm saying Java, the moment you click on Java space hyphen version, okay, the moment you click on Java space hyphen version, probably a Java version might be displayed for you. But this Java should not be an JRE. It should be a JDK. So when you click on echo percentage Java underscore home, it should give you the path of the Java, which is a JDK path. In case of a Unix flavored operating system, you can use Java space hyphen version to know the version of the Java application you have got. And if you get some output, clear? If you get some output when you execute Java space hyphen version, a valid output giving you the version of the JDK Java, then please execute the command colon which Java. The moment you click on which Java, it will show you the path of your Java that is available here. This path should be an environmental variable. Clear, everyone? Am I
Yeah.
clear to all?
Could you please repeat the last sentence?
Yeah, sure. What I was trying to say is that, okay, we know now we understood that to install the JBoss application server and configure it, we need a JDK. So whenever we are saying that we need a JDK, in case of a Windows-based operating system, if I want to know whether the Java is present as well as the JDK path is defined, I can simply execute the command java space hyphen version to know the version of my Java. And if I want to know whether this Java version that is coming here is as part of a JDK, I simply say echo java underscore home. When I'm trying to do that, the output I'm trying to get is an JDK output. Okay, that is confirmed that I'm meeting this prerequisite. But Shiva, how do we validate in the Unix or a Linux flavored operating system? What should you do is that in order to know whether the Java is present or not, if it is present, what is the version of the Java that is there? Simply say java space hyphen version. If you're getting something like this, if you're getting something like this, that means to say that your Java is present inside your machine. Perfect. Awesome. Then what you can do is that, okay, you have to say which Java. The moment you say which Java, like how we are having executing here echo underscore Java home to know the path of your JDK. Similarly, in a Unix flavored operating system, when you're saying which Java, it will show you the path of the Java that is defined as an environmental variable. Clear? And that path should
Okay.
have a JDK, not a JRE. Clear, everyone?
Yep.
Perfect. This is the first prerequisite. The second prerequisite is that whenever you're trying to install the JBoss application server, okay, you might be installing in some particular path, some source and destination path. Source is the path where you have got your JBoss application server software, and destination is the path where you're trying to install it. The path where you're trying to install or configure the JBoss home. On these two paths, whatever the user ID you are trying to use, ensure that the user ID has sufficient privileges. Clear? Ensure that the user ID has sufficient privileges. In my lab, if you see here, I'm trying to have the ID as a root ID. 99.99% of the time, never and ever we try to do any installation, or never and ever our installation will be defined with a user ID called as a root. This is only available either to the Unix admin or to a person who can have a pseudo privileges. So generally, don't try to do any installations with a root user ID. Okay, let's try to create a particular user ID. Okay, I already have an user ID called as an EC2 user. I want to use it. If you say that, no, no, Shiva, I don't want to use this user ID, I want to use another user ID, whatever the user ID you want to use, okay, you can create that, okay, with this command. And whatever the password you want to give, you can give it. Oh, I gave a wrong password. Okay, so this is how you can, if you want, you can create any other user ID and configure any other user ID. But majority of the time, you'll not be in a scenario where you need to create a user IDs. Already the user IDs with sufficient permissions will already be created and given it to you by your Unix admin. Just cross-check with them before you try to proceed. Clear, everyone? Everyone clear? Anyone, any questions?
Yeah. No.
Perfect. So I got my JBoss application server. Okay, I logged in with particular user ID which has an permissions to this particular source path where my JBoss application server is present. Now the next step I need to do is to ensure that my user ID has a Java or JDK defined. So when I'm saying Java space hyphen version, I don't have a Java defined as an environmental variable. So what I did is that I downloaded an JDK related file either from the internet, or if your company has some FTP server on which you have the software, download it from the FTP server. Once you're done downloading it, okay, I'm trying to configure it. Give me 1 minute. Because of the space constraint, I'm trying to delete this particular tar file, but this is not mandatory for you people. So I got my JDK available. Now I have to define this one. Now I have to define this one as an environmental variable. How I can do that? Okay, either you can use bash rc or you can use the bash profile, whichever way is convenient for you. I'm more acquainted with the Java bash profile, so let me try to use the bash profile. This is generally how we try to define our bash profile. This is the path. Yeah, this is the path. Save the changes. 1 second, there's something mess up happened. Sorry. Still it is not recognizing. 1 minute, guys. Oops. Okay. I made a syntax error. I'm trying to reset that. Oh, screen got freezed. 1 second, guys. How about now? Everyone able to see my screen? Everyone able to see my screen, guys? I'm executing an ls-lrt. How about now? Okay. There's something must happen, I think, here. I'm not using, why it's saying that I'm using middleware. One second, guys. There's some problem with the system. This is a system that is being shared by a couple of our teammates. Give me 2 minutes, guys. There's some problem. Let me try to oh my god, reboot is also not working. Give me 2 minutes. It doesn't take much time to recover.
Yeah, no issues.
Let me see if I can start another server here. There is some problem with the system, but guys, give me 1 minute. I'm pausing the screen sharing. Give me 1 minute. I'm not sure what exactly is the problem. I have to check the cloud logs for this. Okay. I'm not able to execute any command here. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is that, okay, I'm trying to pick up another machine. But the small headache here is that I have to, let me see if I can at least do an SSH. Give me a few minutes so that I can copy the data. First, what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to copy my JDK software, which is a mandatory one. Then I'm trying to copy the JBoss software. So if you see here, right now still the JDK software is getting loaded. It's not 100% copied. Once that is done, I'll try to even copy the JBoss software from my local. It's getting copied. So in the meanwhile, what we'll try to do is that we'll try to untab the JDK software and install it. Cool. If you see here, I got my Java. And one second, guess. There's something specific to myself. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you see here, I got my what happened? Something is going on wrong with this account. Surprise. Oh, very strange. Is the environmental variable giving some issue? I'm just checking this why I'm not able to get the file. And I could see that my bash buffer is not coming. I'm just trying to see what was the problem. Did I accidentally deleted the file or what is that? I'm just trying to check. I don't see any rm command I executed. My bash buffer is also there here. Very strange. I didn't see this issue. Guys, I'm not exactly sure what exactly is this problem. Something somewhere messed up happened. Only Java is coming. Very strange. Guys, can you just excuse me for today because I just have only these two instances, and these two instances also I'm seeing that there's some problem. I'm not able to access it. The status here is showing everything is correct. I'm not exactly sure what has happened. Very strange. I'm not sure if the bash profiles did I made any accidentally any deletion or any colon or semicolon kind of a thing. No, it makes sense because there's no Java. Guys, give me a few minutes, okay? I'm not sure what exactly is the problem. I'll just check on this and I'll continue doing the installation tomorrow. Kindly excuse me for today, okay? Venu and Satish, can you able to hear me? I got a confirmation from Venu. Satish?
No issues, no issues.
Carry on,
It's
sir.
okay.
I didn't change anything on the bash profile also. I just added the Java underscore home and updated the path variable. This is an Amazon Linux machine. I'm unsure if there's something change that happens. Okay. Anyway, I'll just check and come back to you tomorrow. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
really sorry for the inconvenience today. Okay.
no issues.
Thank you.